They want us to think that we're an insignificant speck of dust, but let me tell you, we are so much more than dust in the wind.
At least 4 billion useless eaters will be eliminated by the year 2050.
I'm still waiting for somebody to show me gas pressure without a container.
I personally don't believe anything they say, right down to the God they claim they worship.
None of the math adds up.
You could stack up all their math books, all their science books, and even put all their degrees stacked up on top of that, and you still wouldn't be high enough to see the curvature.
This is exactly why grounding is so important.
We see too far.
We're just regular people who know we're being lied to. We're tired of it.
The bottom line is, there's only one choice left, and that's to dismantle this whole thing from the top down.
Exactly.
Ladies
Hey,
and
Rufus,
gentlemen,
what's
Sir
up?
Escanor on fire. It's
What
been
up,
a long
man?
time coming.
Oh, I was on fire last time. Yeah, that guy died, dude. That guy's
Oh, he
dead.
did. He did. He rose from the ashes.
Yeah, I don't want to say like a phoenix because then people are going to call me the Antichrist, of course.
I think everything else is on fire around you now. Is
Yo,
that what
that's
happened?
actually true. There's a lot of fires, actually. Actually, the restaurant where I went, the last place I went in the last island I was, it all caught fire yesterday. I'm kind of sad about that.
Really?
I was
Damn,
like a
man.
super... Dude, you know what's hilarious? Like, I was in the restaurant business back in Montreal, right? So, like, I know what's up. So we went to all these fancy restaurants in like Athens or anywhere, and there's all these young people working. There's like 500 staff. You never get your drink. You never get your food. Everything sucks. It's fucked. We went to some random ass island. The lady who owns it is like 80. Her husband's 90. There's 4 employees. The average age is like 85. And they smashed everything out for all 20 of us in like 7 minutes. No fucking problem. She's blasting her husband the whole time. It's hilarious. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
And you said the restaurant started on fire? Was it like
Yeah,
an old
on fire.
Tartarian building or what?
Yeah, there's wildfires all across Greece because it's dry as fucking hot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking global warming, man.
Is that what
I'm kind
that
of glad
is? Or
Death is
they
not here. The last
got
thing we
plenty
need
of
right
blue
now is
roofs
some
out
death.
there? Or what?
Did you just say you're kind of glad death isn't here?
Yeah, we don't need death around us right now, man. We're having a good fucking time.
There's plenty of that going on.
I hope you got your blue roof out there, man.
Dude, every motherfucker, we invented that shit.
I was gonna say, I feel like all the roofs are blue out there.
Yeah, they're all blue, man. I was listening, it's funny, I was listening to Biff Don's podcast with you guys last night. I was listening to that shit, wasted, passing out.
It's a good way to listen to it.
It is.
It's the only way for it to make sense, right?
Yeah. So now that we have you here, it only took a year to do it, right? Where does all this come from? How did you get your start, man? Tell us a little bit about the background of Sir Escanor.
Cool. All right, man. I think it's an interesting story, different than most, I would say, right? And I got that shit early. I've been fucked a long time, right?
It shows.
So honestly, it's a wicked story. Like I love, remembering in my mind because I'm sure most people are not privy to the kind of shit that I was. So, I'm Greek, but I'm first generation born in Montreal, Canada, right? And in '98 we had like a. Can you guys hear me well? By the way.
Yeah.
I mean, if you were
Every
a little
once
bit
in a
louder-
while, you get a little digital glitch and stuff.
Right.
But
Yeah, hold on.
that's unavoidable.
Right. I mean, you are on the other side of the plane. Let's just get that established.
We're good.
Yes.
Yeah, we had an ice storm in '98. It was basically all of Quebec became like a fucking frozen hell for like 10 days. So we lost electricity. Food was scarce, the whole 9 yards, right? And what we did, especially the Greek community, we all like bundled up together at whoever had a fireplace, and we all kind of, battled that shit together. And one of the dudes that was there was an older Greek gentleman, just so happened to speak, I believe it was 7 languages, including obviously ancient Greek and Greek, but he also himself spoke and understood cuneiform Sumerian, which is
Dang.
fucking, you don't see that shit
Wow.
every day, right? Yeah.
No.
So
No.
I was what, in 98, I was what? I was like 14 years old, dude. So
Nice.
yeah, man. So this guy blew my fucking mind, right? He started talking to me about Earth grids and fucking Stonehenge and how it aligns with sunrises over eons and reptilians and the whole, Sumerian sagas and all of that stuff. So like I went from like a normal kid to like completely fucked at 14 years old, right?
Yeah.
Damn.
Like most people still to this day don't learn about that stuff, but yeah,
No.
it was a rude
Did he
awakening.
tell
It was
you? Did
really
he
cool.
tell you like what was coming, or did he just hit you with it? Because I feel like me when I woke up, I just got hit with it, man. I didn't even know it was coming. He's one of my friends. Honestly, it's funny because I feel like Greece Eastern Europe. I feel like Eastern Europe is kind of like predisposed to knowing a lot of this stuff.
Well, look, Greece is the gateway to the east for Europe, right? And we've been
Yes.
around forever. And so not only do we have the ancient mythology with all the Greek gods and the pantheon, but we literally started Christianity as well. So we've been a focal point to all of this shit, the myths, the truth, the legends, all of that, right? And I'll just say it now off the bat, so like people don't freak out when I say crazy shit later. But but I'm
I get freaked out if you don't.
yeah, right. So I'm Christian, as you guys know, but
Really?
I could
No, I'm just kidding.
I could rip the Bible better than everybody, and I could rip the church and all that shit. I have a
Yeah.
lot of problems with a lot of that shit. So, having said that, although I am Christian, I have very much respect and I appreciate what my ancients did for civilization. They taught us how to be fucking humans, really. They taught us, in Greek, there's a saying we say when people we tell them the translation would be, when you motherfuckers were in trees like a bunch of monkeys, we were writing philosophy. So I don't want to hear your shit. Just chill down, chill out, shut the fuck up. And that's why there's pandemics, and now monkeypox and all this shit. Greeks don't give a fuck, dude. Like we survived so many apocalypses. Like we invented that word too. Like we don't give a fuck about none of this. My family's all right. I'm having a drink. I'm having a cigarette. The beach is beautiful. Nobody gives a fuck, and that's how it should be, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I agree. That's nice.
I don't know if you guys like bleep out the cursing, but you better get ready.
Nope. No, man.
I'm pretty sure we wouldn't have a complete sentence if we did. So,
So back to how you came
Right.
to all of this. That dude was dropping those bombs on you, destroying your fragile 14-year-old brain, and then
Right.
how did it go from there?
Well, he told me he told me a bunch of things that I remember, but he told me something that I still remember to this day. He's like, you think you're smart and you think what I just told you makes you smart. He goes, but if you continue on this path, every 5 years or so, ask yourself, am I an intelligent person? Do I know a lot? And then do it again 5 years from now, from that time, and you're going to realize that 5 years ago, even though you were smart and intelligent, you didn't know fuck all about nothing.
Yeah.
And that's going to be perpetual forever, no matter what
Yes.
you know. The Escanor of 5 years ago is always going to be a retard. So that means the present Escanor is always going to be a retard. And I take that to heart because,
So
I'm
awesome.
I'm the first guy to look, dude. I know a bunch. You guys see my posts. I touch on God knows how many fucking things.
Yeah.
But I'll be the first one to say I don't know dick about fuck. And I like it that way. I'm not. I'm abrasive and all that, but at the end of the day, I'm humble in the fact that I know that I don't know dick. Like Socrates says, I actually know that for a fact. So I don't tell people when I try to help people, I try to keep it very general. Things that can help everybody. I don't tell them this is what it is. It's written in the fucking Bible or in the Stonehenge or whatever.
Yeah.
I never talk that way. It's always like, look, this is what's going on. You figure shit out, and you're probably going to be just as wrong as I am. And at the end of the day, we're all just as wrong. That I can tell you for sure. No matter how on point a lot of the things I may or may not be say, at the end of the day, we're all likely just as wrong about anything that matters.
True.
Yes, it's like this is how I see it now, but things could change. I could see other things, but you're right, man. It's like every year I look at my life and I'm like, man, I think I'm at the precipice. I know I know so much now. And then I look back at 2 years ago and I'm like, God, I was so retarded back then. And it just is a continual phase of, oh, wow, I think I got it figured out. Nope, I'm a retard. Just, you put it perfectly.
And that ties into something else, right? Like, as much as, because like, you tell somebody who thinks they know it all that, and they're like, they can't accept they can't accept that of themselves, right? However, I'm the black pill fucking king on X, right? But I'm living a good life. I'm happy. It's you guys that take what I say, misconstrue it, and get butthurt. I'm fucking chilling, bro. Like I'm happy. Things are working out, and anybody that follows my drive is happy too. They're like, "Fuck all this shit. I'm gonna monkey pox,
Right.
so I'm gonna start getting scared." Like, fuck it all. I don't give a shit. It's out of my hands anyway. I can only react with honor to whatever happens. I can't control any of it, and people are too dumb to help, and they don't want your help. They fucking crucified Christ for help. What am I gonna do? What the fuck is Escanor gonna do if they crucified Jesus? Well, who am I to think I'm gonna change the world? Like, how big of an asshole are you to think that you're gonna save the fucking world? You can't even save yourself, motherfucker.
I agree. I think
Who
that's
would
an
you be referring
important.
to there?
Yeah.
Sorry. I was already right. I'm already right. Start right at it.
I know you're venom tongue.
Stoking the flames. Go ahead.
Just gonna
I'm being
say,
as
I
nice
think
as I
that's.
can, guys. I'm being as
No, we
calm,
love
as
it,
nice.
man.
Oh yeah, no, we're just getting started.
I-
It's gonna be good.
Yeah, it'll get crazy. Now I don't remember
But
what I
by
was
the
gonna say
way,
now.
Oh really? Oh, I feel so bad.
let
I'm
me
sorry.
be clear. I want to be clear with something. I
Okay.
like you guys, and we're cool. We don't need to fucking no beating around the bush. If I see something that you guys want to fucking lean on me, you fucking tell me straight
Dude.
up. No, motherfucker. I think this. I
I
like
wish I was
Back-
recording before you got here because
Yep.
Bill and I had this exact conversation and we literally said this is the best way to do it because I mean, I can only speak for myself, but I feel like we have mutual respect for each other. So we know that. We agree on enough that we know the other one's not an idiot. So let's go at each other a little bit on the little things. We don't mind that. We love it. You can say whatever you want, man. It's all about
that. Cool, I
the
appreciate
conversation.
that. And I look at it this way, right? Like, look, you say something. I'm a contrarian, but look, I'll rewind a bit. If when I'm with a group of like in public, I don't talk a lot. I keep to myself. A wise man cannot be known by what he says in public. But if I'm with people that I actually give a shit about, chances are I'm going to take a completely opposing view to everything you say. I'm not doing that to piss you the fuck off. I'm trying to offer perspective. And then from that perspective, we could come to some kind of a consensus that makes more sense for both of us. Because if I just fucking follow you or you follow me, nobody's learning nothing and we're just solidifying bullshit that's probably wrong. So perspective matters and opposing perspective matters. And at the worst case scenario, you hear something that's completely out of left field for you. It has two effects on you, right? One, it'll make you change your view. You're like, oh, I didn't know that, and you'll start thinking more. Or two, it solidifies what you already think, so it makes you better at what you're already thinking. It's only beneficial as long as there's a respect. I don't have to fucking circle around you, and I don't have to caress your balls as I'm blasting you, right? You just say what you have to say.
Well, you can though.
I was gonna
You
say
don't
you don't have
to,
to,
but you can. Oh shit, he's gone. We scared him. No,
Yeah, he's just. It's
No,
cool,
he's
bro.
getting the lube. Don't worry.
Very nice.
Speaking of which, you give it to everybody pretty raw on X. Is there a reason why? What happened? Let's go back in time again. So you were a little more well known than you are now, per se, right? Like you had more followers, your account was bigger, and all that. What happened then? Since we've only been on for a couple of years now. We may have missed the first edition of Escanor.
Yeah.
I think you guys missed the first. Hold on. Fuck. The first 31 renditions of Escanor. So that's not even a joke. You missed literally the first fucking 31 versions of this asshole. Right?
That's awesome.
So, and I'm the diluted version now. I'm the nice version. Believe
Is that what it is?
Yes. That's why I'm still around, I guess.
So what happened? Obviously you've been poking a lot of bears, right? You got
Every single one I can find.
Yeah, right. What would be your biggest bear? Who was the biggest one that really you butted heads with and basically set you on the course you are now? Oh, did we lose him? Oh, he's in and out. He's in and out. Uh oh, he's poking the wrong bear now.
as soon as you ask him
Wow.
about poking the bear, I've never seen this.
Wow. I mean,
This
it's
is
intriguing to watch, but it's pissing me off.
I'm glad I'm recording it. Oh,
Yeah, that was it.
I really
Wow.
hope that's not
What did he say? He was on like his 31st or 32nd. I think he's
Yeah.
on his 33rd now.
Yeah, that's what it is.
So-
Oh, he's trying to come back. Oh, yeah.
I know. We know you guys can't see the bottom screen off, but on the back end, he keeps flashing in and out and popping up. Well, you can see him pop up on the
Yeah.
screen a little bit.
And for those who are listening at home, this is or at home, but not online. This is something we've never really encountered before. This is pretty wild.
Oh, wait.
Oh,
We're good. No, I popped on the Wi-Fi. Sorry.
oh, there
okay.
you go.
No, dude, I was seeing something we've never seen. It was freaking
That was
glitching in
wild.
and out. Like you kept popping up and disappearing, like every second. Escanor, if you can hear us, we can't hear you. You might have to drop out and come back in again now that you switched internet.
Yeah,
I
go
don't
ahead.
know,
Try that.
which sucks, but
I know.
you already heard me at least, so he can hear us. Unless that was a total coincidence, but
Dude, I knew it. I knew it going in. I'm like, man,
I also knew this was going to be good.
oh, it's so good.
Other than this nonsense.
Yeah, I know.
Fuck death.
Oh, now we can hear
Dude,
you now.
he better Death. You better sample that. You better sample that because we could. Now we have a little
Yeah,
audio
it's it.
lab. We can throw that in there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'll put it in.
So you guys were asking who have I fucking demolished, right? That list is fucking really
wait.
long. Honestly.
Hold on, real quick. Can you do your picture again, dude? I hate to fucking ask you. You've had to drop out. I mean, I can add it in after if you don't
We
want to in the
could.
clips, but I can't add it in the whole episode. All right, let's just go. So the last bear you poked, who was that? Or the biggest, I mean.
Yeah.
Dude, I've ripped a lot of fucking people. Obviously, like way big, like, whew, dude, a really funny one, and I have receipts for all of them. I've destroyed Cat Turd.
Did you?
I fucking ruined him. And that other faggot, Papi Trumpo, I found he was putting satanic symbolism into his fucking memes, and I caught that fucker.
Wow.
What?
Yeah. I have receipts for all that shit. I don't talk out of my ass, as you guys know, right?
Yeah.
What's her name? Kathy Griffin retweeted me to send her fucking. I got suspended because of that. Remember? Listen to this shit. This shit was really funny. So listen to this shit.
Okay.
Remember when Trump was sick with COVID, and she made a meme like, "Is Donald Trump dead yet?" or something like that. You guys remember that? Okay.
I think so.
When she got cancer, I did the same. I'm like, "Is Kathy Griffin fucking dead yet?" And I put a picture of holding her head, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. She lost her fucking mind on me. I got suspended like 5 minutes later, but I have a screenshot of all of that.
Ooh.
I wish I had the balls to do some of the
That's
things
so
you
good.
did, man.
Yeah,
Oh.
I ripped Don Jr. He retweeted me. I got suspended within 30 seconds.
Damn.
All these
Damn.
motherfuckers. Dude. For some, you know what's really, really funny? All these guys, maybe not the blue checks, but like all these people that don't like me, which I don't know why, right? But they really do. I wonder why.
Honestly, though, you say that, but sorry to cut you off, but I agree that I don't know why, because you're the same to us and we like you. Like, you're just who you are. If you can't see somebody who has a different opinion and appreciate their humor and their style, then that's on you, man. That's how I feel, at least.
Look, at the end of the day, I could be wrong about a lot of shit that I'm saying, but I'm never purposely deceitful, and I'm not fucking with anybody. I'm not engagement farming. I don't make money on this, so blow me with your bullshit, right?
I know.
Right.
I love that.
Dude, come on. Okay, we know your grift level is on 10. You're making the big bucks, bro. You're all over the world, doing all sorts of things. Don't try to
He's globe-trotting, bro.
yeah.
I am, dude, but like I work hard and I play hard, right? So fuck it.
Does everybody know what you do? Do you want to share that, or do you want to keep that on your low pro?
Yeah, I have no issue with none of that, dude. So back in Montreal, okay. This story's only gonna cause more questions than anything, right? But,
Okay, that's good. That's what I want.
so I came out of okay, this is gonna sound so funny. So I came out of prison in 2017. Oh man.
Death faded out.
I know. What
Right.
a way to start a story.
Just kidding, dude. Keep going.
And by the way, if I tell you the first 15 minutes of that shit, you're gonna lose your fucking mind. Maybe we'll do it later. We'll see how it goes. But
Yeah.
so I came out of prison with fuck all, obviously, other than my family, which is all that fucking matters, right?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
I rebuilt. By the way, just a little context. I went to prison for something that I did fucking 12 years earlier when I was fucking 20 years old. Like, fuck off.
Wow.
Well,
I
none
was
of
a
us are
20-year-old
smart when we're
fucking
20.
punk.
Yeah.
Yeah, but everybody's a retard when they're 20. I'm sure we
Yeah.
all did some stupid shit. I just got caught.
So yeah,
fucking-
some got caught, some didn't. That's the only
true.
Right.
difference.
Yes.
And I didn't, don't get me wrong. It was a, fraud and nothing. I didn't hurt. I didn't fucking, I'm not a pedo. I didn't fucking violence, not aggressive, none of that shit.
Yeah.
Just,
Right.
Right. Let's just clarify that, right?
Okay.
So I came out of there with fuck all and I had to rebuild. And I did what I did, man. I worked like an animal. I got my first, I got a restaurant. Well, I had one. There's a whole story with that while I was inside, but I got out. I doubled down. I got like 5-6 restaurants in Montreal. I was doing very well. As I was opening my 6th and biggest one, I was opening a huge, like a 400-seater, like a massive operation,
Dang.
right?
Wow.
Dang.
Yeah. And that's when the pandemic fucking happened in Quebec, which was like the devil's asshole when it comes to bullshit.
Yeah.
So they locked us down 14 months and all kind. I'm not jabbed, by the way. So if anybody's thinking, it's not fucking happening.
Yeah.
No, never. None of us are.
Yeah,
None of us.
ain't fucking happening. So I built all my shit. The pandemic fucked me. I had to sell. It was the restaurant business was pretty much the worst fucking business you could
Oh, yeah.
possibly have.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Sure.
So all that shit went down the tubes, more or less. And I just, and I had to make a decision. Like, look, do I stay here and fucking work hard like an asshole for the next 20 years in a shitty economy, rebuild a life in a shithole, pay taxes to save the people that tried to fucking throw me in prison for not wearing a mask? Or do I say, fuck all of you, and I'm going to have margaritas on the beach and I'll figure out something else to do, right? So I'm all for new beginnings. I went to hell fucking 10 times back and forth. I don't give a shit. It's all good.
Yep.
Wow.
I have no fear of that, right? So then I said, fuck it. So I did that. I moved to Paradise. And I said, I went there with, I sold my, I had like a chalet, my house, some restaurants I lost, some I was able to sell. It was a whole fucking smorgasbord of bullshit, right? But I did what I had to do to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
And I went to Paradise and I figured shit out again in a whole new country with a language that I barely spoke, and I fucking figured it out. So right now I'm building 10 townhouses on a golf course in a marina town nearby where I live. And I'm going to sell them. And when I bank that, I'll figure out what the fuck I'm going to do next. And there's no stress, right?
After that,
Damn.
I don't ever want to hear anybody call you black pilled ever again. Maybe
For
towards
real, dude.
politics, maybe towards anything, but that story right there, more people
Wow.
need to have that attitude, man. I've
Yeah.
started over. Anybody can. You can. It's just
Well,
you don't
not
have
only
to
that,
be
but-
victim to your past.
You look, you start over. It's a blank page again, right? Like that doesn't mean you have to draw a fucking disgusting picture. Like it's your choice. You have to, you can remake the story. The pen is in your fucking hand. It doesn't mean that everything's gonna work out, but your attitude fucking matters. That's the only thing that matters. Actually, everything else does not fucking matter. So if you're like, it's funny, like all these people that call me black pill, their lives are shitty. They're angry. They're sad. Their life sucks.
Yeah.
They're calling me a fucking, like I'm the sad little faggot in the corner crying. It's not happening.
Actually, that's what I was
Like, I
going to
don't
say
understand.
before when I said I forgot what I was going to say. I think because you kind of made that point before, I feel it's an important distinction. Just because I'll be talking to my wife or family and I'll be saying all this horrible shit that's going on in the world, but I'm like, but life is good. That's all a show. Yes, that's all bullshit and that's all disgusting and going downhill, but I'm happier than I've ever been. I'm connected more with nature, more with people. In my personal bubble, whatever you want to call it, life is good. It's that shit I'm black pilled about. And
Right.
I feel like you've
I
touched on that
couldn't-
twice now and you agree with that.
I couldn't imagine being down on my luck, sad, this and that, feeling totally helpless, and relying on my future happiness on some asshole being elected or not? Are you fucking nuts, bro? Like,
I
that's
know.
what the fuck you're doing? And you're calling me crazy? That's insane to me.
But he's I thought he's the return of Jesus Christ. He's not? I mean,
Oh, here we go.
he kind of looks like him a little
Here
bit.
it goes.
Let's, oh boy. That's some funny shit, right?
Yeah, I know. It really is.
I mean, he
when-
did heal his own ear. You know, who
did.
else could do that?
Dude, you know what I love about that shit? I think I was pretty much the first one to say his fucking ear is perfect, motherfuckers. And everybody blasted me.
It's a perfect
And then-
ear.
It's
then
a
2 days
perfect
later, I took
earlobe.
pictures of
Nothing
his
wrong
ear,
with
and
it.
it was fucking perfect, bro. This guy's fucking regenerating like Wolver fucking Reen with his med beds, and you're calling me a lunatic, bro. Are you guys crazy?
So good.
So, while we're on the subject, you said you used to be into Q and all that, like way back in the beginning of it. And what changed your mind about that and made you decide that it's actually a diversion, is something, or a distraction?
Yeah,
Yeah,
was it
look,
one
so-
thing or a buildup of things?
Buildup of things, but I'll give you a little bit of context, and I'm not making excuses. I fucked up. I was deceived. I'm the first one to fucking say it. I'm not prancing around the bullshit. I was an idiot. I fucked up. First one to say it.
Okay.
But I know this shit better than all of these assholes, so that's why I could rip them a new asshole as well. So, so before we get to that one,
Okay.
I love your style, man. I really do.
good.
You say something nice and then fucking finish it off with the truth bomb.
He's like the Sam Kinison of the group.
but I love Sam Kinison.
I
Fucking
know.
yelling. Old yeller. But I'll never wear a beret. I'll kill myself before I wear a fucking beret.
Oh god.
So, look, man, this is not an excuse, it's an explanation, right? So
Okay.
when the whole Trump Q thing really started, I was still in prison. So let's keep that in fucking mind.
Yeah.
I was literally in hell, hopeless, fucking thousands of miles away from my family in a different country. I'm Canadian. They fucking extradited me to the United States, right? Like, I'm literally alone in the fucking world, in a shithole.
And in America, prison.
And in
American
America,
prisons.
in an American shithole, bro. I was like a real fucking shithole, okay? So I was obviously not exactly in the best fucking mental state, motherfuckers. And hope matters, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah.
that, again, hopium is a hell of a fucking drug, motherfuckers. And when you're down in a shithole, fucking full of Mexicans everywhere, and there's whole fucking garbage and all kinds of shit going on around here. And I love Mexicans. I'm in Mexico. Let's just be clear, right? But I was as vulnerable as I can be, considering somebody waves a hopium carrot in front of me.
Right.
So that's what enticed me. Like, look, this gave me hope to fucking, oh, maybe he'll change his stance on things. I could get out of here quick. It has a whole mental. I took it all obviously in a selfish way. I looked at how it could benefit me, and that's probably why I got deceived. I deserved that shit because I'm an idiot, and I was only thinking about myself. So that's what happened. And then I started buying into that. And let's be real, he did do a lot of good changes. That's a fact.
Yeah.
I wasn't even, and look, this is what's crazy. I was fucking red pilled at 14 years old.
That's
fucking
true.
almost 20 years fucking before that shit, and he still fucking deceived me. So if he did that to me, trust me, I fully understand why all these fucking people are deceived, assuming they're not paid agents and fucking garbage, right? I'm talking about genuine truthers that are deceived. I have a high tolerance for. I understand. I was in your shoes, bro. I fully get it. So, there's a lot to talk about just about fucking that, right?
Right.
But,
Yeah. Like, so were you in the chans and all that when it was first going down? How did you or you just kind of pulled in third person? Because I know you said you were in prison. When did you get out? Was it like
I got out in
2021?
2017.
Okay.
So that was like like Trump started, is all that shit started, let's say late 15, 16, right? That's when all of that kind of
started
start.
conjuring up,
Yeah.
right?
So I was in the thick of my bullshit when it started. Like I was at like the pinnacle of my bullshit. So it was like a perfect targeted attack on somebody who's low on hope like myself.
So okay.
So
I think I'm picking up a little bit what's going on here. So you were into it and rolling with it before 2020, and then when he basically quote unquote sold everybody out and let the vax come anyway, and Operation Warp Speed and all that stuff. Is
yes.
that basically when
So
you were like, no, hell no with this dude, or was it like that's the beginning of? Oh, okay, all right, we lost him for a second, but he's back. Are you there, Escanor? We have no
We
audio.
can't hear you again.
We cannot hear you.
We lost audio again.
30
You dropped out for a second.
33 minutes in.
Exactly. I know, man. Come on. What kind of shit is that?
You might have to drop out and come back in again, my dude.
It's been a while since we had problems like this. Leave it to Escanor.
Who was the last one? There was one other one that was like this. It was like constant. You remember that? Like, it was like, damn it.
I remember right now.
I think it was Bifton. The first time we had
It was Bifton. No, it was last time, I think, with Bifton.
Was it the last time?
And now his picture's back, too. Can we hear you now? Yes.
Was that
All right.
33 minutes in? Are you fucking
Yes,
serious?
it was
exactly
no,
33 minutes
33.
in. It dropped. I mean, in a few seconds, but
Yeah.
it dropped you out. Your picture disappeared. You came back, but there was no audio.
Awesome.
Yeah. That's some mystery school shit, bro. But let's
Right.
carry on.
No,
Where
dude.
were we?
So I don't know what got cut off for you or what, but like, was it basically around that time of 2020 with what Warp Speed and all that when you
Look,
started?
the jab was like one of the huge fucking red flags that look, dude,
Me too. Me too.
I
I'm
was
being
I
honest.
was rationalizing all fucking kinds of shit to hold on to that drug, right? Like I was
Yeah.
fucking rationalizing, bro. All I could rationalize anything. I was even, dude, like I exposed the gender inversion too and all that. I knew he was inverted and or his family was, and I was still rationalizing that. So I'm the king of rationalizing, or I was. So I get it, bro. I get the mental gymnastics are incredible. Once you start, that's why I tell people when I try to help people, I never try to tell them what I think. I tell them, look, everything's fucked. Everything's a lie. We know that. Okay, good. Stop thinking about what's going to happen tomorrow or what's happening now. Fuck all that. How did shit start, bro? You got to go back to the beginning and make some concrete decisions, and you do not sway from them. Is the earth flat or not, bro? Is gender inversion real or not? These are skeleton keys. Once you make those decisions, you won't get confused later, because if the earth is flat, then what they're telling me now with the satellites and this and that, blah, blah, it's all fucking bullshit.
Right.
It's all a lie.
Yeah.
But
You're right.
as long as you don't sway from those initial truths and don't get me wrong, those are subject to change as well with information, but there are certain topics that you really need to dig into, and you need to be honest with yourself, and you need to remember what you answered to yourself, because deception has lies, and they're going to cater to those to make you sway in another direction. Like, you got to be certain about certain things, and then it cuts away all the bullshit like a knife. So you got to you got to go back to the beginning. How old's the earth? Flat earth. Is God good? Is God an asshole? The fall, like these are very important conversations that you need to have internally. Like, if I think, for example, that the fallen instructed civilization with technology, sciences, and all that shit, well, then I'm not going to think AI is ultimately a good fucking thing, obviously. Like,
Yeah,
you
right.
understand what I'm
agree.
saying? Like, yeah, like you have to know, like, the base matters and the intent matters more than anything. Intent is everything. The serpent deceived Eve without fucking lying to her. It was the intent that mattered.
Yeah.
Everything else is bullshit. Like, truth, you can, how can I articulate this? You can, truth is the absence of lies, right? It's as simple as that. So if people are, adding sprinkles of truth to push forward a lie, if your base understanding of what's real or not is not concrete, you're gonna fall for it each and every fucking time. Doesn't matter how smart you are, you're gonna rationalize that shit. And if you have a little bit of hopium dependency, you're fucked. So like you gotta cut that shit out as soon as trim the fat immediately, and don't be scared. Just because everybody's an asshole, every politician, everybody you see on TV, all these doesn't matter, bro. Just because these guys are assholes doesn't mean your life shit. Doesn't mean your life. None of that has any bearing on your happiness. You have a bearing on your happiness, and as long as you export that into somebody else's hands, they will never return the favor and make you happy.
Dude, the proof of that, if anyone wants to argue it, is the people who are multimillionaires with no worry in the world and are on antidepressants and shit because no matter how and these people are oblivious to the real shit going on. So if you're not happy, you're not going to be happy in any situation. You got to find it on your own. I've been in points where I made way more money than I do now, and I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life. So shit like that, you have to look within. It's not from somewhere else.
Look at it this way. When I was a young fuck, bro, from like I don't know, 17 to like 20 years old, I was making a lot of fucking money, bro. Like 10 G's a week doing bullshit, right? Like that's a lot of money for a retard 20-year-old, right?
Yeah.
I wasn't happier, dude. I was a fucking loser. I fucked up. I did all my degenerate shit. I wasn't a scumbag in the sense that I was raised in a Greek household. My mom beat the shit out of me. She made me a human being. You know, like I was still a human being, but I was still a degenerate. I was still coping. I was still doing drugs to forget all the bullshit I was doing. Like there's a lot that goes with that. I'm thankful now that I got it out of the way at 20 years old and not, let's say, at 40, 45 when I have a family. There's a positive to that as well, I guess, right? But I guess, right? You got to look for the silver fucking lining.
Yeah.
But you have to, like, and for me, I've, you know, if you haven't been crushed before and rebuilt yourself, you need. Yeah,
man, they keep zapping you, bro.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. I can hear you again.
We hear you with no picture again, but that's okay.
That's all right.
Just keep on going, man. We're gonna ride this, however they're gonna serve it to us. We're gonna ride it. You know? Do we have a choice, really?
No.
I know, bro. It's funny, just like speak the devil's name and Escanor disappears, right? Hey Rufus, what's up, you motherfucker? I can't see you. I know you can't video in, but I appreciate you being here. And death, fuck death.
That's again.
You know what? Death. Honestly, he's like, dude, I feel so bad. He was one of the ones that was trying to get you on here from the beginning. He was all about it and pushing and pushing. He's like, oh, I can't be there. And he's like, please tell him I'm so sorry. And it's nothing.
I know he DM'd me like some sob story, and I fucked it.
You know, I feel like we switched the time a couple times too, or something like that.
No, the day.
You had
switched the
day.
Yeah, because we had the 1 year.
1 year last week, and that was the week it was supposed to be on. So. And that was before he was in Greece, I think. So
yeah, good to hear you, bro. Yeah, we still got to get a Spaces together one of these days too.
Oh, that'd be so good.
Look, I don't know if you guys ever heard me in Spaces, but it's really funny, bro. It's like Escanor against the fucking world.
It is. I think
everyone's telling you to calm down a little bit.
Dude,
you know?
let's just get on the same page here, okay? Because we all think a little bit differently. Like it's hard for me to see Trump as a woman and all that, and I know it there's probably a lot that I just don't see, okay? But I would like to think of myself as a rational person, but I want to get the story straight, because everybody like, well, how can you even deal with that guy? How can you even listen to what he's saying or retweet any stuff? Dude, I have so much respect for you. All of us do, okay? One, I don't know if you noticed, but all of us here don't give a shit about what anybody else thinks.
Yeah.
Rule number one, like flat out, none of us give a shit. You know what I mean? So that there, I hold you the highest respect. Two, you're hilarious. Like that to me. If you don't have some sort of humorous bone in your body, then just don't even follow. Don't talk to me. Don't do anything. You know what I mean? It's just not even worth it. You know, you have to have a sense of humor, which you have plenty of that. So right
We
out the
talk
gate,
about some crazy shit. We gotta fucking laugh to keep some kind of sanity, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
yes, absolutely. I mean, look what's going on, dude. Is the world really burning? Who knows, right?
Has it
Is that
ever
what?
stopped burning? How about
Yeah,
that?
there. Okay,
Yeah.
that's a. You know what? That's a better point right now.
I do.
Yeah,
I want to
it's
get
just
to a
different
bunch of
flame.
questions with him before we're done.
But
I
that's
feel like the information is
topical
just more
things.
in your face now. You know,
Mhm.
it just seems to
Yeah.
move faster and faster and
Is
faster.
that by design or not? You see, that's another fucking level. To all that shit.
Absolutely. I
Okay,
think.
there you go. That's where I see, and because you've already been through that whole deal, I think we all kind of got to the same place, more or less through the same doorways, through the same hallways, through the same pathways. So that right there, I just wanted to end that and get it all on the out open right now. We don't necessarily believe in all the same things. I'll tell you what, we do all follow God. We know there's a creator, okay? And I've given my life to God. I gave him the wheel. You know what I mean? Because
And
me
how much
myself,
better
I'm
did it get? Yeah. I know.
man, my self-destructive ways were just ridiculous. I needed him to take that reign. So, and you're so well knowledge in all of that, so much more than I am. And I'm just speaking personally, that I was like, man, I want to pick his brain. I want to know, like, where did you get all of this information, dude?
People
Where did
can't
you-
believe I know the shit I do and I speak
Right.
how I speak. It's
Right.
fucking
Where
hilarious.
did you get
Yeah.
that from? Like, I mean, on your whole pathway to this point right now, you had to do some serious digging. Where did you dig? How
Look, it's hard. I read a lot of books and all. Yeah, okay, everybody could fucking say that shit, right?
right.
But but you know, if there's one attribute that allowed me to break barriers of thought and go into realms that, let's say I wasn't comfortable going, or whatever, because you have to do that, bro. Truth requires courage, bro. Truth is never fucking beautiful and kumbaya and all that shit.
Yeah.
It's fucking not a nice place, dude. It's a horrible fucking place. However, as long as you see some kind of light, I think you'll be deceived. Like, you really need to go to the bottom of the fucking barrel and say, I don't give a fuck about the light. I'm gonna build my own and I'll figure my way out of this hellhole. You really gotta do. It's an internal struggle. So it's hard for me to personify how the fuck any of that, right? But if there's anything that gave me understandings of that, it's reading ancient texts from ancient Greeks, specifically like Plutarch and Socrates through Plato. That's the
Socrates,
shit-
bro. Socrates. All right.
Look, I'll tell you how Socrates
Gotcha.
encapsulates that thought, right?
Yeah.
All of his, it's not him, obviously, it's Plato writing about him, but irrelevant.
Yeah.
His what he does is he'll start talking to somebody that is a know-it-all, for example, and he'll ask him about his worldviews and all of these thoughts that are pertinent,
Oh my God.
and then he'll start challenging him, and he'll challenge him to the point where, with facts and knowledge and wisdom, to the point where that person is like, you know what, motherfucker, I think I was wrong and you were right. But then what does Socrates do always at that point? He goes, yeah, okay, how about we start investigating what I said and see if that's true? And he starts investigating the same shit that convinced you that you're wrong and proves that that's bullshit too.
Fuck yes. Fuck yes, man.
So you're
That's
You know what I'm
saying that
saying?
you've been
So-
in the game of vetting a lot of these people,
Yeah.
per se.
Man, and that warps your mind in the sense that what's truth, motherfucker? Like, and let's not get into the ego thing where people want to win an argument. That's like base bullshit, bro. Like, you're not here for the right reasons. You're just here to look good, to get reach, and to, for people to say, oh, you're so smart. No, I don't give a fuck about none of that. I just want to help some people see that it's all fucking bullshit and you got to do that shit on your own, bro. And if you have, and I always, the difference between me and, from what I see at least, most quote unquote truthers, and I'm not talking about you guys, but I'm talking about like people that are in it for the wrong reasons, is I will always answer genuinely anybody's hard questions truthfully And I'm not answering it in a way to solidify that I'm right. I'm answering it in a way that is tailored to their understanding and to help them push through, because it's not the they don't have the same fucking battles as I had.
Yeah.
You know, it's very, but that's what makes it very hard to do, because it's fluid. I'm not talking about anything in particular. You know, it's always
Yeah.
very fluid understandings of things. So that's why, people take it as they take it. But why I do what I do, I don't do it to save the fucking world. I'm not saving the fucking world, but that's not gonna happen. They're gonna burn me before that happens. I'm doing it because shit's not gonna get better. And at the end of the day, I just gotta look myself in the mirror and say, hey, you did everything you could, dude. You did whatever you could, and then people are gonna do whatever the fuck they want to do anyway. I need to look myself in the mirror. End of story. I'm doing it for me. It's selfish, but it's not, right? Like, it's at the same time, like anything is always ambiguous. It's hard to, and it could be looked at as a selfish thing. But how else do you want me to help you, bro? Like, I know no other way. What, I'm gonna tell you what to think?
Give it
I
to the blood
always
raw.
questioned what it was at a base level that I immediately respected about you, and that's it right there.
Yeah,
Because that's the only reason I'm here. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. We've never paid for any followers or anything like that. I came on Twitter because I literally felt, and it was mostly Bill's doing, of telling me, hey, dude, you're kind of fucking being selfish. Like, you have to tell people what you know. Some will fucking listen, some won't, but just do it and see what happens. That's the only reason we're here. So I don't give a fuck what anyone else says, and that's why we don't give a fuck what anyone else says, because I constantly, even today, right now in my DMs, I'm talking with two Globies that are opposing me, and I'm, like you said, I'm telling them the truth. I'm giving them the answers. I'm giving them the links. I will answer any questions just like you will, because that's why we're here. And I feel like that's the foundational respect. We're both here for the same reason. Even if we don't agree on every little detail, you're here for the same reason. So, and I'm not
And I
saying
get,
you've said anything I don't agree with, but
no, I get it, but bro, I get it, dude. I fully get it. But at the end of the day, that's why intention matters, because yeah, I know all this knowledge in occult, and we could talk about fucking Kabbalah and Sephiroths and the demiurge and all kinds of fucking crazy madness. Yeah, sure, we can do that. But you know, the way I'm gonna tailor my message to you, it could be to sway you, to influence you, to dissuade you. That's what matters. It's my intentions. Everything else is fluff, bro. If I'm like, that's why there's a lot of people that I speak to, let's say on the platform X, where they're, in my opinion, fully deceived. But I'm not going to go after them, because I know that their intentions are good, but they're family oriented. They want what's good for their kids. How am I going to go after? Look, you're a Trump supporter, but you love your family, your kids. You want your county to be good. Like, how am I going to? How are you the devil, bro? Just because you vote for
yeah,
Trump?
yeah.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
you're a good dude, bro. You're a good or woman. You're a good person, bro. Why the fuck am I gonna attack you for your beliefs when at the end of the day you were raised right and you're doing
That's a
everything for
very
the
good
perfect
point.
fucking reasons, man? Like,
Right.
who am I to? That's why when I go after people, it's because they're fucking deceivers. I don't give a fuck what you're saying. You're saying it for the wrong reasons, and that's what bothers me. And I'm gonna rip your
Well,
fucking
what
head
would you
off.
say the difference between someone like that, like a Trump supporter, a family man guy, loves his guns and all that, and then let's say a Dom Lucre? What would you say the difference is between the two? That Dom deserves to get it.
Dom Lucas. Uh,
Pull the pin,
the,
walk away. Fucking
the
Bill.
first difference, and I'm gonna go into a little innuendo here, is that these people don't have a wardrobe full of shoulder pads. What's up with Dom Lucre and all his fucking shoulder pads, bro? A midget elf with shoulder pads? Fucking, he has more shoulder pads than an NFL put together. What's up with that, bro? Something's weird. Shit's not normal, bro. You don't look normal. Your
Some,
body's deformed.
Hold on, did he tweet about him or what? How did he know?
Look at every picture. Look at every fucking picture and look at his shoulders. Why are you wearing shoulder pads? Why are you so feminine? Why you talk with a lisp? What's going on here, bro? What the fuck is going on?
This is why I love you.
So he used to be in the music business, right? At what point did he's like, oh, I just automatically want to try to be a truther? Like, I feel like you knew him, or you knew about his account before he started doing this whole grift thing that he's doing now.
Yeah, dude. Look, I don't. We could talk about a lot of people that I fucking ripped their assholes in the last, and a
I'm
few
just
that.
enamored by it. I'm fascinated because we haven't been on there that long, and I was just like, wow, he's got a lot of dirt on this dude, and I've just watched you eviscerate him, and he had no choice but to try his best to slap back.
But do you know what he replied to one of my fucking dude? Talk about retarded. Like,
Yeah,
if
big
this was
mistake.
his response to me, like I did a thread and I fucking all this symbolism, how he's a Jew, how he's this, how he's anything he has to beat the fucking grift, basically.
Mhm.
And his response was, "Oh, the gang signs is because I was a Tupac fan, so I was emulating Tupac." Yeah, bro. Then with the same breath, he'll talk about Anunnaki and bro. I would love to talk to this guy on a fucking space, but he'd never come on a space where it's fair and I won't get
Right.
muted. They'll deliver
I'm
the
gonna
fuck
I'm gonna
out of
invite
me.
him on our podcast and then bring you on. Not that he'll
Secretly.
come, but I would do it anyway. I swear to God, I would. I'm not even joking. I would do it. Probably ruin our
It'd be
reputation,
the
but I'd do it
best
anyway.
best 7 minutes ever,
I know.
right there. Like, just-
Guaranteed, dude. His again, but like a hood rat bum, doing this shit for numbers and money. Like, fuck off with your bullshit, bro. You're a fucking bum. I don't give a fuck what you have to say. Like, it's
No.
really irrelevant to me.
There's no way he's doing it for money because when they cut off his money, he didn't say a word about it, bro. Oh,
Yeah,
he-
but he keeps.
Oh yeah, he did.
no, I'm
Yeah, but
joking,
No,
listen to this.
dude.
he's
He
being
Listen to this.
sarcastic. Yeah,
he went for days.
yeah.
But
Talking
he
about
keeps
that.
bitching up. Listen to this shit. He's not a grifter, motherfucker. Go on his Instagram page, and if you scroll it down enough, you'll see he was selling Obama shirts and Black Lives Matter shirts.
No.
Yeah.
Oh
So
my gosh! But you
where
can't.
does
Okay, but just to
where
be
does your
fair, maybe
priorities
he
lie,
just woke up,
motherfucker?
man. Maybe he woke up and watched like I don't know a documentary or something, and it just changed his whole outlook. No.
That would make sense, but look, for me, this is Escanor talking. There's no way
I hope so.
you know all this mystery school knowledge,
Right.
esoteric knowledge, masonry, Judaism. You don't know all this. Like, there's nobody that knows this shit that'll end their sentence with, "Hey, don't forget to vote, bro." Like, what are you talking about, bro? You're like 5D ascension, this and that, but don't forget to be a 3D sheep and go vote like an asshole. Like, I don't know about that, bro. I really don't know about that shit.
Okay, that's a great point.
That was well put, sir. Well put.
But if you don't vote, that's a vote for Kamala Escanor. So
Yeah, you know
I was
what?
hoping we'd get
Keep
into
giving
this.
them all of your fucking, keep giving them all of your consent, and they say, "What other choice do we have?" Well, we've never tried not voting.
yeah,
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up and
Why don't we
try
just
one
try
time,
it?
bro.
Yeah.
no,
I know.
you don't
Just
understand,
once.
Escanor.
Dude,
These
we can
motherfuckers
even
are doubling down on the social contract, the most disgusting idea. We've automatically signed up to getting fucked forever. Thanks, bro. Sounds great. Let's figure out how to break the system from within the system while talking about Anunnakis and 5D. Well, get the fuck out of here. with your bullshit.
fuck, man. It's so good. It's so true. It's
He
just
does
like,
he's got a great point, man. We've never tried not voting. Ever.
I know, just one.
And
You
I'm-
can even do it on an off year, not even a presidential one. Just do it on an off year and watch
Right.
what happens.
Yeah,
But
it's
listen,
just
and
a
then
local
people-
one.
I have a better solution, but nobody wants to hear none of that shit, right?
I do. Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to vote? Okay, go
Yes.
and retract your vote in record numbers. Show the system that we don't give you our consent and we don't want to know nothing about your bullshit choices. But nobody has the balls, not even to not pay their taxes, let alone retract their vote. So because you're a pussy, you're going to put your family's fucking fortune and future on some asshole and call me a loser for telling you that. That is, I can't respect that. For me, it's garbage.
It's genuinely what it comes down to. They've spent the last few decades making men pussies, so no one will stand up to anything. That's period what it is. When else would a man have let their kid go to a drag show with adult men dressed up as women showing their nuts? That would have never happened. Any real men back when I was a kid would have walked in there and slapped the shit out of that dude and dragged the kid out,
Yeah.
and the cop would have showed up and been like, I didn't see anything.
Nice
what?
shot.
And
Yeah.
But now it's totally okay, and the people getting arrested are the people outside with signs saying it's wrong.
Dude,
It's
I
an
come from
absurd
a
world.
first generation Greek family. If I went to some faggotry show, whatever, when I was younger, my parents would kill me first
Yeah.
to show they're not fucking around, bro.
Set an example.
Yeah.
Set an
You know, like-
example out of you.
Like, what's wrong with you people, man? And you know what the best part is? The hypocrisy, because they can't come to terms with themselves. Look, dude, if the idea of wisdom and a sound mind of intellect is to entertain thoughts that you don't agree with, all of these motherfuckers fall short because they can't even entertain the thoughts that I throw at them. They can't even, they instantly get butthurt and start attacking me or start saying how I'm un-American and all this fucking bullshit that doesn't matter, bro. Are you normal? They come down to, and then I'm the troll. Meanwhile, you're on my timeline, bro. I didn't come to your timeline to break your balls. You're coming
Right.
on my
I know.
timeline because
Right.
I bothered you. So
I use that
the
one all the
hypocrisy-
time.
And Jesus hated nobody more than hypocrites.
Yeah, you're right.
That's true. That's true.
That's
he
one thing
flipped
I
some
never got from you is anti-patriotic or whatever. Just like me,
No.
like I'll talk shit on both sides, and it's because both sides are fucking with us, and I love our country. So fucking fuck you. If you don't understand that it's healthy you weren't American, but you know what I mean, whatever country you're from, to question both sides, then you're missing the whole point to begin with.
Look, man. Look, what really did it for me in the giving up of saving the world, kind of, I had my ego that I could fucking all that shit, like we all had at some fucking point, right? Is that when I saw people going to jab their infant kids before it was mandated or anything, dude, you threw your kid in the fire in a ball worship.
Yeah.
Like, you don't give a fuck about your kids, let alone me.
Yeah,
It's over, bro.
Yeah,
And
and
I'm
it was
not gonna
people that
destroy
you
my
wouldn't
life
think would do that.
trying to help you.
Yeah.
It's over. I'm gonna have my margarita, and you're gonna be fucking spazzing on my post, and I'm gonna be laughing, and that's what's gonna happen.
I know that's to me that's one of the best things, man, is that they'll come on our posts and they'll say these things that they think they're destroying us, and we'll literally laugh and repost them so everyone can see it. And I guarantee you they don't understand that. I feel like that breaks their brain. They're like, wait a minute, but like I just talked shit on him so good and now he's reposting it. Why? It's because you don't fucking get it. You don't get that what you're saying makes you look like an ignorant moron.
Yeah.
Period.
And they really don't get how we don't give a damn.
I know.
They say, what they think
They
about
really
us.
don't.
I talk a lot. I don't know if I talk a lot. If you see me on Spaces, I don't like hearing my own voice. I'm not there to learn anything for myself. I know what the fuck I know already. I'm there to listen to people and hopefully fucking help you. But I always tell them, look, words are money, but silence is gold, bro. And I'm not gonna upset my inner happiness because you're a retard. Then you win. You're a retard. You deal with your anger. I don't give a fuck. And when I write to people on X, I curse when I write too, so they think I'm angry, which is funnier. I'm not angry. It's how I talk, dude. I'm really not angry. I fucking talk this way when I'm saying I love you. So it's completely irrelevant, right?
I know.
But people don't. Yeah, it's just the way I am. It's how I'm built.
I'm Italian. I get it. That's how we're hype people, man. That's what we do.
Just colorful expression.
Yeah.
That's all.
Like, I'm not gonna name names, obviously. Well, I wouldn't say obviously, but I'm not gonna name names. But like, I'm disappointed. Like, what bothers me, dude, is like the disappointment is never ending. Like, there's accounts that I've followed over God knows, fuck knows how many accounts that I jived with a lot, and like, I would see almost all of them end up being a huge fucking disappointment at some point, bro. Like, what the fuck happened? Like, were you an asshole from the get go? Like, this is what I'm dealing with now with an account that like did a lot for what I think is the right messaging, and it's bothering the living fuck out of me. And I don't want to come at him the way I do because you know how that is, right? So I'm still waiting to confirm some thoughts before I fucking come for rolling heads. But it bothers me, man. Like, it really bothers me. Like, at the end of the day, That's why I keep it to I do it for me because I can't control nobody and I don't
Yeah.
want to control nobody. I can only control what I say, and you guys do what the fuck you want to do with what I say. You know, truth is a tool. You could paint any kind of landscape using a lot of truth, although the image might be deceptive at the end of the day. So
Right.
that's why I don't care about truth. Just because somebody says something that I think is real or true
Mm-hmm.
doesn't mean that I respect or agree with your messaging. Because at the end of the day, your intent fucking matters. And all these deceivers
Yes.
speak more truth than most truthers.
Yeah,
So
they
for
have
me,
to.
I make a distinction between truth and intent. For me, intent is fucking everything.
I've been guilty myself, of getting on a I don't know, like going through the motions, trying to throw as much stuff as I can out at one time and going crazy, and then finding out a lot of times that I was deceived myself, and I'm human. I'm not the only one that's done this. But you know, not to harp on it as well, and just keep going, and then get a little bit learn from that. You know what I mean? From that
Yeah.
moment, get a little bit better at going over stuff before I put it out or share it or whatever. And but a lot of these counts, dude, that are like you said, may be in agreement or sharing the same things you share and the sentiments and the messaging. However, their purpose for doing it is not as genuine as yours is. You know what I mean? Like, it's not coming from the same place.
Yet I'm the biggest asshole on the fucking planet.
No, the problem is you're too real. You see, that's the thing, is like it's almost like there's this fine line that you have to ride, right? Like I don't know if you noticed, but I'll put some stuff out sometimes that I don't care about, but I know it's going to get a lot of attention. I will put it out there, and then the very next one I want to hit him with a razor blade, you know, and see
Right,
if I can
right.
still get the same numbers. And of course I don't. You
Yeah.
know.
I love when people tell me you're doing it for the numbers. I'm like, what numbers? I'm pissing everybody the fuck off nonstop, bro. What numbers, bro? Like if I wanted numbers, I'd just put a video AI of me sucking Trump's dick, and I'll get the numbers.
Right. Yeah, but that's the
Like
thing, is like,
what
for
the
me,
fuck?
just to clarify, I'm not doing it for the. It's more like a litmus test, right? To see how many we could get. What is the real reach? You know what I mean? Like, what are we dealing with here?
Look,
And
the reach is what, and I'll tell you some truth that, again, it's my opinion, right? Like
uh-huh.
I could be talking out of my ass, but I've been suspended enough times to understand what you can and cannot say over
Mm-hmm.
time, which gives you some kind of fucking understanding. I've lost accounts for saying shit about I've lost fucking probably 15 accounts for talking shit about Jews.
Mm-hmm.
Now all of a sudden, I'm allowed to. I can say
Yeah.
whatever the
Right.
fuck I want, other than the
Right.
synagogue of you know who.
Yeah.
Why all of a sudden is Escanor allowed to say the same shit that he said 5 years ago? And it's all good now. Not only is it good, it's getting pushed by X.
Right.
And
Why do you think that
this,
is?
I'll tell you why that is, but this is a problem that I have with one of my friends. I would consider him a friend and a truther, but have a big problem with that because, you know, there. I'm a
This is a
truth
safe place. This is a
absolutist.
safe
I'm a
space.
truth. I'm a truth. You're so funny. I'm a truth absolutist, right? For me, I expose what I believe to be all evil and deception. I don't give a fuck where you vote, you don't vote, where you stand, where you don't stand. As long as you're speaking truth, it's fine. But there are people that are standing on all sides of the cavalry that are lying to you, and people refuse to understand that. Just because somebody writes something, a post that fully jives with your macro understanding of reality,
Mhm.
doesn't mean that they're doing so to help you or anybody else. That's where people fail. They're like, he's like me, or at least, maybe he doesn't talk like me, but obviously, but his morals and ethics seem to be aligned with me, and he wants the same things I do. But that's not the case 98.9% of the fucking time. That's the
Mhm.
big problem. People are susceptible to their own truths, not understanding
Mhm.
that truth is irrelevant when it comes to intent. Like again, I'll repeat because it's fucking important. The serpent deceived fucking Eve without lying to her.
Mm.
I don't know what more I need to fucking tell you.
Mm. Mm.
Nothing. That's it. No.
Well,
So then again, is truth the end all be all? Obviously not.
yeah,
Obviously not.
right. And there's layers.
Intention. Yeah.
Yeah. So what are you saying? They're
Intention. Just
trying
like in
to.
magic, bro. Just like in magic and Kabbalah and all that shit.
Mhm.
You could do Solomonic rituals or you could do dark magic rituals, but it's your intent that fucking matters, dude. That's the only thing that matters in these rituals. Everything else is fluff. It's all satanic to a sense, right?
Mhm.
It's all contrary to natural, which makes it satanic. I don't mean it's satanic in the sense that it's evil, but I mean it's
Right.
contrary to the natural order of things. But your intent behind it is what makes it, positive or negative, which I don't like speaking in dichotomy terms either, but I'm a little drunk. What do you want me to fucking talk?
Rufus,
You do what you want, bro.
You had a question for Rufus?
Oh, I was saying. So what are you trying to say? Are you trying to say that they're like trying to incite something by allowing the Jew bashing on the platform now?
100%, bro. What they're trying, look, and this is what bothers me. So look, like I said, I'm a truth absolutist, and I'll revert back to this why I say this. Yes, look, again, I'm gonna take it from the top. I'm a Christian, but there's a huge but. The church, the Bible, King James, fuck himself, and his harem of males. All of that shit makes me sick. What, he used fucking John D and fucking Bacon to translate the Bible? Go fuck all you. Like,
I'm
this
right
is-
there with you, man.
Yeah, this is insanity, bro. What are you fucking telling me, bro? And they're like, oh, God put a curse on them. You don't give a fuck about God, bro. Their soul's already sold to their master. They give two fucks about a curse from God, okay? They already sacrificed their own kids. They don't give a fuck about a curse, okay?
Yeah.
They really do. You that reads it might give a fuck,
Yeah.
but they don't.
They
okay?
already
let's
know.
they already know, motherfucker.
Yeah.
So, that's the first thing people need to understand. So, as a Christian, I can't believe I say that because I piss off more Christians than fucking anybody, pretty much, right?
Right.
But Jews, look, the Bible, I look at it this way. It's one of two things. It's either, which I don't necessarily, the first point I don't jive with it. It's either the word of God, number one, non-embellished, truthful to the fucking letter, blah, 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 blah. Or two, it's a playbook. It doesn't matter, bro. It's going to happen regardless of which version of that it fucking is. Okay? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's a playbook or prophecy. Understand this. It's going to
Which
happen.
one do you feel it is more? And that's okay if you want to say it right here because we're probably on the same page.
Yeah, it's a fucking playbook, motherfucker. Straight up.
Yeah.
It's a straight up
I've said that
fucking
before,
playbook.
and it's like do I want to?
I know,
wanna
bro.
believe-
You think I don't know the backlash?
That's
bro?
why
You think I
it
don't
looks
fucking
like
know?
they're just like forcing this whole revelation thing so much. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. They want it so bad. They got the fucking white horse on the Olympics. Like that was
Lot
just
of
such
crazy
a
shit there.
cheesy ass shit.
So, the simplest and quickest way to dissect all that shit is that for Bible prophecy to happen, the harlot, which a harlot means a whore, but in the sense that she broke a covenant, a marriage. The only people that have had a covenant with God, supposedly, according to the playbook, is the Israelites, right? That's what it is.
Yeah.
So who's the whore? It's them. It's fucking them, brother.
You heard it
Whether
here
you want to
first.
admit it or not. So the beast, which is with both the harlot and the beast, are controlled by the dragon. You have to understand that it's a marionette. It's a puppetry. It's all bullshit. But the beast is to rise and destroy the harlot. The beast are national Christians that are fighting Judaism, the satanic side of Judaism today. And my big pet peeve with a lot of accounts is that they pick a side, basically. Like, was Hitler right or were the Jews right? They're both fucking with you, bro. They're both controlled by the dragon.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, that's a powerful statement right there.
But it's as far as I know it, it's the truth, bro.
Yeah.
So, picking a side is your first mistake. Hegelian 101, bro.
Yeah.
All these people talk about Hegelian, blah, blah, blah. But when
They
it
don't know what it
comes
means.
to their
Right.
own thoughts, no, I'm on the side of truth. Truth has no bearing on intent or good, motherfucker,
Or political party or any
or
of that.
any of that.
Yeah.
None of
It's
that
all
junk.
I
fucking
feel like
bullshit.
I'm right on track then because I don't subscribe to any of it. I've said it many times. They're all out to fuck us. The only thing you can know is personal relationships, and some of them are out to fuck you too, and you have to use your discernment. Anybody you see on TV, anybody you see in politics, I don't care if it's Trump, Kamala, I don't care who it is, they don't have your best intentions in mind, and they're out to fuck you and use you as a pawn. Period. That's it.
They're out to use you either as a hammer or as a sickle. That's, one or the other. And it doesn't matter what side of the pendulum you're on, you're just as guilty as the other. That's why I have no respect for truthers. Look, as far as your understanding goes, don't get me wrong, bro. Like, if your understanding doesn't go that far, you could only talk about the things you understand. But
Yeah.
you need to be true and understand that, both sides are fucking lying to you. Just because people don't understand, okay, I'll give you like one way of, and a lot of anti-Jew accounts follow, they like what I say because I fucking rip Jews' assholes apart fucking nonstop. But I'm the first one to say that the rise against the Jews is the true evil, the beast. I'm the first one to say that. People don't make that distinction.
Wow.
They pick one side, right? They go, okay, the Jews are evil, and then there's like Donnie Darko that'll shelter the Jews, the harlot, because he thinks it's more important for people to understand that the beast is the true revelatory evil. I disagree. They're all part of one ego. You expose them the fuck both,
Yeah.
and you make people make their decision. You don't pick a side, and you don't go for the grander, bigger deception. You expose all the deception, and you let people make their own decisions with their own fucking soul. It's not for me to tell you what the fuck you need to do or how to save your soul. My soul's lost, bro. I fucked it fucking forever ago. I have no skin in this game. I'm just here saying, you know what? I have to look at myself in the mirror, and when it's all said and done, I'm saying, look, I was dealt this deck of cards. I did what the fuck I could for other people's. I gave as many cards that I had to other people. What the fuck more you want from me, bro?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck more do you want from me?
63 accounts. 63 accounts
No,
I gave.
32.
Oh, come
The
on.
best part is
Is this your 33rd?
No, the next one's gonna be 33, and I'm gonna fucking Mason confirm that shit every.
I'm gonna report you tomorrow. No, I'm kidding. I want Escanor 33. No, I'm just kidding.
Escanor the 33rd. I knew it. I knew you were a
So
fucking
I
Mason.
noticed you kind of slipped Donnie Darkened in there. Are you guys kind of not agreeing on a lot of things right now, or how much do you agree on? Where do you stand? Where do you stand with him? Do you think that Donald Trump is the actual Antichrist?
I do. Look, again. It always falls back to intentions, right? At the end of the fucking day.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. Look, I don't want to look. You know me. I fucking rip everybody's asshole. I have no reservations. Okay, it's just.
I'm just picking your brain. I'm just picking your brain because I noticed you kind of slid it in there later. You mentioned there was
No,
an
I don't
account you
want
didn't want to mention the name.
because I like Donnie. To be honest with you, I like Donnie, and he's done a lot. He's exposed the beast, the Antichrist.
It's
better than
okay to
any.
like somebody and disagree with them.
Oh, for sure.
Yes, but he'll get angry. Like I'm waiting. People, you should see my DMs. What the fuck? People are like, Donnie, I have listened to his last 2 or 3 spaces, but I've only listened for half an hour. Then I had to bail because life happens. I need to hear a couple things with my own fucking ears before I make a decision. Right? I'm not gonna come after anybody because he said this. Fucking none of that. I don't do that.
Right.
And I have enough respect for him, his knowledge. But if where I'm heading with what he thinks is the case, I'm going to fucking be super the fuck angry. And it's not going to be good for nobody.
Yeah.
That's
Fair
the
enough.
truth. Like, I don't want that. I'm avoiding this. I'm actually rationalizing it again. I'm back in the fucking idiot boat where I'm trying to rationalize shit, right? Where he's what I believe, and I could be wrong, and I hope I'm wrong, is that he's trying to rationalize the defense of the harlot and the Jews because the rise of the beast is the true evil. Whereas I say, no, fuck them all.
Yeah,
Equally.
evil is evil.
Evil is evil, bro. I don't give a fuck about lesser or higher.
It
They're
takes
all
lesser
part of the
evils
same-
to get to higher evils.
Exactly. So, and, if you're sheltering the harlot in an effort to expose the beast, you're not on my team, bro. And I'm going to it's not going to end well at that point. That's the truth. Because they're all evil. Like, it's Satan versus Lucifer. I don't give a fuck who you're sheltering. You're not going to shelter nobody. I'm going to fucking
Or
go
Baal or fucking, what's the other one? All of them. They're all just
Baphomet.
fucking evil. Yeah.
Do we
Evil.
have a
And-
choice, Escanor, of what's coming? Do we
have a choice of what's coming?
Yeah, like is there a way to stop it?
Yeah.
Is there a way to avoid it, or is it all like you said? The playbook has to play out no matter what. We're subject to this, and that's that. And is that what they really mean when they say nothing can stop what's coming?
Right. Exactly. Nothing could stop God's
Nothing
wrath.
can stop it.
But look at it this way. So look, okay, let's take that quote and see how fucked it is, right?
Okay.
Nothing can stop what's coming. Okay, so Bible, look, and I'm taking the generalization that Q clowns are Bible-believing, family-oriented, good people at the end of the fucking day, generally fucking speaking, not the grifters, not, none of that shit.
Yeah.
Talking about like the average.
The average, yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay, they're good people, dude. Like, I don't want to rip your head off, bro. Like, you're a good fucking person. Okay, so let's just say that. So nothing can stop what's coming. Okay, if your plan is for the white hats to subvert and stop Satan's plan, meanwhile, the entire plan is subservient to God. You're stopping God's plan, bro. Your plan is actually satanic because it's contrary to God's will. You are doing the devil's work, bro. Just because you're saving people doesn't mean that you're doing the right thing in the higher context of things. And that's my big fucking pet peeve with that, because people think, we're trying to help people, we're trying to teach them things so that their kids don't get fucked. And these are all good-hearted ideas, but they're contrary to what is to be. And the reason, there's no going around the Bible, because, like, again, whether it's prophecy or God's word, it's going to happen, bro. Regardless of what Escanor or Donnie Darko or any of us assholes have to say, bro, it's going to happen. We're insignificant, motherfucker. They could zap us at less than a keystroke.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah,
Don't think
yeah.
you're special. Don't let your ego guide, I'm doing God's work. No, bro. You truly are not. And if you're not exposing all sides and giving people the choice to make their own decisions for their own livelihood, their own families, and their own soul, you're a problem. That's how I see it, at least.
Okay. Do you think Babylon? So you're saying basically Babylon was going to burn whether we were trying to stop it or not, and by trying to stop it, we're essentially
By actually trying to stop it, you're exacerbating the beast.
right.
So that's why I understand the fine line, right? Like, if look, bro, free will is a bitch, right?
Yeah,
Free will's a motherfucker, right?
It sure
Free
is.
will's a motherfucker. And, if somebody's been bullying you and fucking you and your family over your entire motherfucking life, anybody that steps in to take them on for you is your friend, or is it? Right?
Yeah.
This is the thought that matters. Just because somebody is coming in to vanquish and destroy the harlot, the counterfeit system, and I use the word counterfeit lightly. They've been enslaving and fucking us royally for fucking millennia. It's not counterfeit in the sense that it's fake. It's counterfeit in the sense that it's subservient.
Yes.
But they're both part of the same dick fucking you, bro. Like, you have to,
One's the head and one's the shaft. It doesn't matter.
One's the head and one's the shaft. So as long as, for me, Escanor, anybody who's attacking the shaft and not the balls It's not happening. You're still getting fucked at the end of the day. Well, how else do you want me to
Lip.
fucking say it?
Oh man,
I
no,
love
that'll do it right there.
No, but I kind of feel I've said the same thing many times. Like, okay, if you truly believe Trump is the Antichrist, bring it on, because that's what's supposed to happen. Don't fight it. Let's let it happen, man. Let's let it play out. I'm ready. I know Bill's ready.
I agree, but there's a caveat to that, right?
Okay.
Let's let it happen, bring it on. But you can't shelter the fucking harlot or the Jews as a result of that. Because then you're
Oh
fucking
no,
shielding.
dude. I don't.
Right.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, sorry. I'm speaking from my own perspective, but I don't shelter any of them. They're all scumbags. They suck baby penis. Whatever. It is what it is. If you don't know that by now, just fucking take 10 minutes and do some independent research, and you'll see that they're name stealers. They are not God's chosen people.
Or
it's
go
whatever,
follow Escanor on
yeah,
X.
yeah, and you'll see it all.
Bring your lube.
Yeah. Dude, I will say
Yeah.
this. There's only like 10 accounts total, and that includes the other 3 people on this podcast that I have notifications turned on for when you post, I see it, because that's the only way I see anything. But I will say, I still hardly see anything. It's ridiculous, man.
Oh yeah.
Like, so I have to like hunt your posts out to see what you're posting. It's crazy.
Yeah, well, I'm not exactly shocked either, right?
Yeah.
You know what's funny?
No, I'm not.
You know what's really funny, dude? Like, I've been suspended for being a Trump supporter and for exposing him as the Antichrist. Like, what's going on here, bro? Like,
Does that not validate everything you just said?
I know.
But doesn't it, bro?
Exactly.
Honestly, like,
It's true.
like, what the fuck is going on here? How come I can say one thing and say the complete opposite and get fucking nuked for both, bro? Like,
I think they
It's-
secretly
it's-
love
truth
you.
is the common
Yeah.
denominator.
I think they secretly love him. They love the fact that he can stir up so much crap. Most of the people that are running around, shaking things up and pissing people off. Not going to name any names. Everybody here, we're still here, and yet I think they kind of want that. But then all these other people that get butthurt over little things, they got to report you and stuff like that. So like, oh, okay, fine, we'll give them give him a 24-hour suspension or whatever like that. But it I don't know about you, but lately, been kind of quiet.
Is this your longest running account?
oh yeah, bro. This is like the combination
Yeah.
of all my other accounts combined.
That's what I'm
Pretty
saying.
wild.
It's pretty crazy.
Pretty wild. Weird.
Dude, I
And
used to
community notes have died down too. I'll say
Yeah.
that.
You know what's funny? I almost never get community noted. Honestly, almost never. I would say.
What can they
But-
say?
They're like, we don't even know where to find that. There's no link we can post.
I almost fucking never get community noted. But I'll say this, fuck, it's hard to articulate things because I'm always in a convoluted space, right? Like, I'm not talking about anything in particular necessarily, but so I'll tell you a big problem that I have. The distinction of what I think is going on right now has to do with, the good people of the world, what I consider salt of the earth, are being, the devil doesn't want me, bro. He knows I'm a fucking asshole. Doesn't give a fuck about me. He wants the real salt of the earth to be his hammer, right? He wants the real good people. I'm an asshole. Fuck me. Doesn't give a fuck about me. He wants the real good people to be his hammer. And how he's doing that is through a huge deception, of course, through transliterations of the Bible. And I'll give you a quick example, right? Like, everybody today associates or understands at least that there's an association with Lucifer and Jesus, whether it's through gematria that they both equal 74, or that the morning star shit, right?
Right.
But,
Yeah.
and there's a huge but, the whole morning star, look, I'm a little drunk, but if you want receipts, I have them, and you guys fucking know that shit.
We know
Fuck
it.
off.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. The whole morning star deception was only added in the NIV version of the Bible, where it associates Jesus as it transliterates the name of Lucifer into the morning star, which associates it to Jesus through revelations. That doesn't exist in any other Bible version. Yet
Mm.
every Christian you ask today will see that connection. It's a false fucking connection. So they're trying to merge the two polar opposites, which is the basis of every mystery school. That's what they do. They have the right pillar and the left pillar, male, female, left,
Mhm.
right, up, down, black, white, dark, light. The synthesis of the antithesis and the thesis is what their goal is, because in their ideas, that creates the arch on the pillar. All boils down to the great work and all that shit.
Yeah.
So, this is way above fucking most people's head, I'm assuming, right? But
Yeah, no, it's just they zapped you right when you were going. Like you dropped out
Yeah,
and
you
came right
dropped
back
out
in.
again and popped back up.
And
yeah,
I'm glad you kept on going. Like they're this, yeah, you man, I don't know, man.
They
You're
don't
on some
like
radar.
It's
You're on
been a
some radar
minute
for
since
sure.
we had trouble like this.
you know what I
And
don't
actually,
like?
the last person was biffed on.
Yeah, it
How
was.
funny, yeah.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
another thing that bothers me is that they're putting Christians against the Gnostic ideas, and I'm not a Gnostic. I'll start
Mhm.
with that fucking statement. But Christians, and again, I'm not going to name names, but you could elaborate on what I'm thinking. They look at Gnosticism as the enemy to Christianity because of Blavatsky and Alice Bailey and all that. But these
Okay.
people are deceivers, dude. Why are you taking their words verbatim and using it as, oh, they're against this because they said this? They're fucking lying, bro, about everything they fucking say. It's all bullshit. It's
They
Real
all a
all
quick,
lie.
are.
can you kind of give a quick layout of the differences between the two, just for people that aren't
I'll
necessarily
give you a difference that will shatter that veil. And I don't like
okay.
using those
I'd
words because
expect nothing less.
it's a Gnostic term to say shattering the veil. Like just the fact that I
Okay.
said that, I'm a Luciferian, right? But
Yeah.
anyways, right. So okay, there's many different forms of Gnosticism, and it's all supposedly contrary to Christ and Christianity. For me, Christ is very simple. I keep it very simple, bro, because they're all fucking assholes and they all lie about everything. Christ came down to to live in accordance with impossible rules to break the chains so we don't fucking have to. That's as simple as it gets for me. He did what the fuck none of us could do because we're all fucking shit. And as long as you believe he did that for you, you have faith in that he broke the chains, there's salvation in that. Salvation through knowledge, through Gnosticism, is a false paradigm. If salvation was knowledge, why the fuck are they keeping it secret, bro? If I had salvation in my back pocket, I'd fucking give it to everybody, bro. You
Yeah.
crazy?
Yeah.
Why am I rationing that shit? Like, it makes no sense. But people fail to understand, Christians that are, I'll give you an example. Christians that expose the beast and not the harlot are under a deception. And the deception is as follows. They pocket all of Gnosticism under a single veil, which is the Cephian veil, where the creator demiurge, Phanes in the Greek interpretations, let's say,
Okay.
is an asshole. He created this fucking prison matrix to encapsulate our godly spark for his own fucking bullshit. That's the main idea behind it. But there's other versions of Gnosticism, for example, that nobody talks about, like Valentinian, where so the idea of the original Gnosticism, the original one Christians have a starting point too, because it's not the actual starting point, and I'll get back to that later, is that Sophia, which is wisdom, was bearing the creator in her stomach, and out of her envy for creation, didn't want to give birth to that God. So she kept him in labor. And he grew up, he got out of there angry. And because he's angry, he created a shitty fucking world because he's an angry motherfucker. So therefore, Yah in the Bible is an asshole. Okay, in that sense of the word, right?
Okay.
Of the understanding. However, Valentinian Gnosticism says that the demiurge or the creator God, see, people make, as my mind's going 100 miles an hour, it's hard to articulate everything, obviously, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the Valentinian interpretation of this is that God, the creator of this realm, at least, not the true God, but the creator of this realm,
Mm-hmm.
is imperfect. And the reason why he's imperfect is because rather, he's a blank sheet of creation, which is perfect. In order to create a story that is beautiful, there has to be imperfections and perfection within that story. So he is both
Okay.
imperfections and perfect at the same time, and therefore dark and light at the same time, which I'm not a fan of duality. I think it's a sham. So
Right.
there's another version of Gnosticism that says that. However, all of these versions of Gnosticism learned off of Plato's demiurge through Timaeus, the story of Timaeus, where in his version, the creator God is a benevolent, fully benevolent God. So
Right.
all of these Christians that look at Gnosticism like necessarily coming from the devil are being they're it's this deceitful. You're thinking that these people that have Gnostic ideas don't believe in Christ just because they think the creator of this realm is rather malevolent or benevolent. That's
Right.
irrelevant. Jesus has nothing to do with that. And God, the loving God, has nothing to do with all of that either.
Okay.
You're caught within sub ideas of an idea and you're arguing against each other, divide and conquer. Everybody the fuck is deceived. It's all
Mm-hmm.
bullshit from under that. So, what to say, man? Like, I don't know what,
Yeah,
I
I
don't know.
know. I know. And where do we go from there? Like, and I
Where do you
get it.
go from
There's
there?
man, I talk with this. There's a dude at work that works with me. We talk about this stuff all the time, and like and he just gave me an Ethiopian Bible. He's like, here you go. He's like, but he's basically an ordained minister, and he's going through it right now, man. Like he's getting hit hard. He's just like, I don't know where to begin, where to end, and he's basically coming out of the sleep. You know what I mean? But where does the sleep end? Is there so many levels of it? The levels of deception that we've been under. Where do we go?
Look, dude, we could barely navigate ourselves, let alone anybody else. You know, thinking that you can navigate the ship full of people is you're deceived to begin with.
Yeah, it's true. It's
So
true.
I would
And
feel
As
remiss
sad as it is to say.
if we didn't at least touch on the movie with you. We can all agree that it's a
Yeah.
movie that's going on, but it's it's fucking heating up, man. It's getting good. So, how do you feel about the whole switch to Kamala and this bullshit about just putting her in and nobody having any say in it and all this garbage? Like, I know it's a show, you know it's a show, but what do you feel like their intent by this particular portion of the show is? Because it's getting ridiculous. You got,
You know,
like we said on our last thing, one guy fucked a couch, one guy drank horse cum. Like it's getting out of hand, man.
yeah, but that's the idea. I think that ultimately the satanic agenda is to make us not believe fucking anything. I think
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
the ultimate
ooh,
idea. They want you to doubt literally the fuck everything, including.
Yes, dude. That's what I've been saying too, man.
I was
And
gonna
they
say
don't want
Rufus
you to
has said that
enjoy
from the
any part of
beginning.
your life, dude. And they want you
that's
to question, like, even if you enjoy something, or take sports, for example. Well, sports are rigged. Your celebrity crush, oh, that's a trans.
Yeah.
What's the next one? There, it's everything. Religion. Oh, well, we'll plant seeds of doubt in there
Yeah,
too.
your
Man.
priest was fucking a little boy, or
Yes,
Exactly,
exactly.
exactly.
it's
And
always
I'll tell you,
something.
like the
good
master
point,
black pillar
Rufus.
is going to tell you something now, right?
Yeah.
It's not only is it all fake, but as long as they give you anxiety and you're not enjoying this, because look, we're here for a reason. We're not here to figure out how to claw ourselves fucking out of it. We're not
Mm,
here to figure out how to fight your way out of this bullshit. If that's the point, then fuck everything and just give up now. You know, and as long as they're giving you anxiety and you're not happy, you're not living your life, you're not experiencing this, they win. So as long as you're busy thinking about all that bullshit, you lost.
great
That's
point.
part of what makes me doubt that some of these people and big accounts or whatever. And again, I don't care about followers. It's just the fact that the accounts that got bigger generally got that way for a reason. Some of them it's not genuine, but it's because they're putting out stuff that intrigues people. But like some of them, if you're not awake to some of the simple truths, I don't think you're actually awake to any of that. Like if you're not seeing that the earth is flat is one example. I know that's a hard hurdle, but if you're not seeing that a creator is real and you're not seeing these things, I find it hard to believe that you are tapped into other truths if you bypass these and missed these somehow.
It's worse than that, because rather you're tapped into those truths, you're using them for malevolent purposes. So you've become what you've been fighting your
Yeah.
entire fucking time truthing,
Yes, you
motherfucker.
joined the cast at that point, right?
Exactly.
Yes. It's all
Mm-hmm.
fucked. It's all fucked. So what do you
Yeah,
think?
man.
What do you think's gonna happen between now? Do you think there'll be an election? What's gonna happen between now and November?
It doesn't matter, bro. That's what I think. It doesn't
I
fucking
agree.
matter.
I agree that it doesn't matter, but how do you think it's going to play out? Because I feel like you're tapped in for real, that you have your finger on the pulse of what's going on. So I'm at a loss. I don't know what's going to happen. And if I have to choose, I'm going to say right now, I think Kamala's going to win. And I almost wanted to put out a poll today that said, if Kamala wins the election, what are you going to do? And the only options were going to be nothing, nothing, and nothing, because nobody's
Nice.
going to fucking do anything.
That's the way
But
it seems, right?
how do you think it's going to happen? Or do you think it really genuinely does not matter and you don't even
I'll tell you
care?
what makes more sense
Okay.
within the bullshit, right?
Yes, there you go.
Yeah,
That's
we
a good
like
way
to we like to speak there. We like
Right,
that.
yeah, that's where we come from
Look.
on it. Like, yeah.
Look at it this way. I'm gonna try to merge Revelations and Q into one big pile of fucking bullshit.
Okay.
So Biden, from the time he handed the baton to Kamala, was 42 months, which is the time that the beast reigns. Kamala.
And 4 and 2 equals 6. Go ahead.
Right. So Kamala's an invert, and you could say promiscuous, which would fall into the
I'm just kidding.
harlot.
Sorry. Okay,
So
go ahead.
if Trump has always been in power, and 70s,
Right,
like,
cognate,
what is
yeah.
it, going back to 70s, 76, that would make him the dragon, controlling from behind the scenes both Biden and Kamala. So it all falls into the same revelation, where the dragon is pulling the strings and Biden was a puppet controller, and now he's passing it on to the harlot, which will get destroyed by the rise of the beast. So in that sense, Trump is either the AC or the dragon, which doesn't help the situation either which
Either way.
fucking way.
Right. Right. Interesting. It's such a cool like way that you see all this, you know. I I can't necessarily say that I'm where you are, but I totally understand the way you see it. Like it's all bullshit. It is all bullshit, right? Which I think it is too. I still think Trump is the quote unquote president, right? But you're like, yeah, but he's more than that. Right. Yeah. He's Satan
Well, look
himself.
at it this way. If he's still the president controlling everything behind the scenes, that would make him the dragon.
Right.
And
I see where you're going with it. You know,
Right.
and I'm open to that, just so you know.
Here's the
Yes.
issues I have. I have issues with the fact that he pushed the vaccine. I have issues with the fact that chemtrails are still going on if the good people are really in charge. I have issues with the fact that people are still pouring into our country if the good people are in charge. But I also have zero doubt with whatever the fuck Q is, Trump is 100% tied to it. I'm just still at the phase where I got hopium, bro. I'm hoping
I can't be the doomer that you
I
are.
know, and we're talking to the hopium slayer right here. I'm hoping I'm
you're
wrong,
taking my-
but my
taking my
instincts tell me that nothing is gonna come of this. But I'm hoping, like, I want to be wrong, dude.
Dude,
At
listen.
some point, we got to be pissed off and get in the
Ted-
streets, right? Isn't that what everybody
Ted-
else is doing? Is that fake too? Sorry to cut that.
Ted-
I just wanted to get that out there. Do you
I
think
know,
that
but Ted,
everything?
listen,
Go ahead.
it's
Gav.
not
Yeah.
for nothing that hope was the last calamity to escape Pandora's box.
Yeah,
It's not for nothing.
I know.
Do you think
Unfortunately.
all that fight, that all the people going in the streets all over the place, all that's all orchestrated, right? It's not organic. There's nothing organic about
It
it.
doesn't matter whether it's organic or not, because they're gonna lead the chariot when they choose to. Doesn't matter.
Right.
They're gonna look. All these look. If Q did anything at all, is it lobotomized and fucking castrated every motherfucker, which would be the first to go out and do what needs to be done, and it held them back, and it pulled us all together. And when the Lord Donald himself says so, we will all go out, wreak havoc on the streets.
See, I don't look at it like that. Like, if I'm being honest, I never liked Donald Trump. I used to make fun of him all the time. I think him as a person is a fucking character. That's it. That's all he is. I do agree with the policies, most of them that he puts forward, at least in perspective to the other side. But I also am smart enough to know that that's how it will come in sheep's clothing, not in wolf's clothing. So I get
We
all
don't
that.
need, but we don't need him. We don't need any of that. Is what I know. What
No,
Escanor,
I
agree.
don't think we do either. And I think the
I
people
agree.
sitting around waiting for him to save us are fucking stupid. And I know you agree with that, Bill. Nobody's supposed to be sitting around waiting to be saved.
That's why I
not
was
what it's
hoping that
about.
when they see it get stolen again, and here we go again, that would have kind of I guess in Escanor, I know he's laughing when I'm going to say this. I guess it would have validated my thought. Like, okay, they're just trying to teach us a lesson. They're trying to guide us through this. They're like saying, hey, wake up out of your slumber. We gave you the power. Come take it back. It's out there. Here you go, dangling it right there. But it's like if we watch 2020 all over again, which it seems like that's what we're about to do with this monkeypox stuff and everything like that. Who knows? Okay, then I'm thinking, gee, it does really look like a psychological operation, whether it's run by a bunch of crazies or the military or both, or you know what I mean. And it just seems like they're trying to wake us up in a good way, but wake us up to I don't know what I can't
Trying
say
to
what's
wake
gonna
you
happen.
up to go vote like an asshole.
No, I know, but I don't. I don't know
I have
though.
the text messages to prove it, bro.
But hear me out, Escanor. Hear me out. If they go to vote like the asshole, right, and it still doesn't make a difference, how many more times are we gonna keep doing this? You see what I'm saying?
Forever.
Like,
Never underestimate
I
the
know.
stupidity of others.
I get it. He's like, give me your hope. I will
think
pee on it.
The literal difference is Bill has a little more hope than I do. I'm kind of right in the middle, and
I don't know.
Escanor has none left at all. It's just gone, man.
Yet I'm happy.
But
It's okay.
again, let's be clear that none of this has an effect on my happiness. It's all bullshit, and I
think
already know that.
Everything we
That's
talked
where
about
you need
tonight.
to be.
The one thing he said, the first thing he said, he's like, we're still gonna get up and go vote, and I was just like, holy shit.
I know.
It's just like, he's so right. He's so right. It's all coming down to that. Like, we are giving up everything every single time. Holy shit. and we're gonna do it. He's right. We're gonna do it again. And I'm not saying we as in anybody
I'm
in
not,
this room.
yeah.
Right.
I'm
But,
definitely not.
yeah, but they're gonna, as a people, do it again. And it's just like, oh God,
I'm
we're gonna have to do another 4 years of even worse, more like just theaters, even more stupid theater, and people are just like, yeah, I love that invert up there and whatever. Like, I don't even know where to go
Guys,
anymore. I don't even know where to go.
Like, look, Biden's run was so blatantly retarded and fake.
Yes.
And now
That
he
it
just
can't be
disappeared.
real, bro.
100% disappeared now. You don't hear a
And
single word about him now.
And it could only make sense as a stark contrast to what Trump was, so that accentuates. Like, look, I called it a long time ago. All these Trump haters are gonna be like, "Wow, Trump wasn't so bad now that Biden's a fucking retard." You understand it all?
I know, but then why did they switch to Kamala? That's what I want to know. What move do you think that was to switch to her?
I think that's look. There's Bible prophecy and or playbook as we look.
I guess you kind of
whichever
mentioned
version I
that
say.
earlier.
Yeah, he
a
did. He
little
did
bit.
mention that, right? Yeah.
She's
You're right,
the harlot
sorry.
that needs to be
I'm
destroyed.
still in the movie frame of mind. Sorry, we went in the movie. I'm not out yet. I'm just
Look,
I'm
man,
still-
like, at the end of the day, I always say the same thing. It's look, if this is affecting your day-to-day life, your relations, your happiness,
Get
you
out
lost
of it.
before
doing it
anything
wrong.
even happened. You
Yeah.
already
Yeah.
lost, bro. It's over.
Damn.
Fucked it.
Yeah. Oh,
I can
man, that's so
honestly say,
true.
if anything, it's made my life and relationships better, like hugely,
Fucking God knows.
hugely.
Dude, I'm watching people get blown up and laughing.
Yeah, it's it's
Like,
made
I don't
them.
know. You're right. Like he said, right? He's like, you're not gonna know what's real anymore. And I'm looking
Yeah.
at you know what I mean? I'm looking at TV and I'm like, dude, that looks fake as hell when it's showing all these,
Yeah,
Israelis laid out, and I'm just
Hamas.
like, I'm
Yeah.
laughing because I'm like, that shit don't look. It looks like a movie set, dude. What is this? And people are still getting eviscerated,
I know.
by that, and I just, wow, damn,
I mean,
dude.
There was all those
it's like,
Israelis putting freedom up those Hamas hostages' buttholes. You saw that, right?
Yeah,
They were putting their freedom right up there.
Yeah, look at it this way. Look at it this way, though. Like, what's happening in Gaza is so fucking blatantly disgusting that you can't help but pick a side. Like, one is inhumane, and the other one's getting fucked. You can't accept both of them at the same time. You cannot, bro. It's forcing a Hegelian on you.
Yeah, it's another litmus test, like Bill said. It's another what is a woman? It's another fucking is a fetus a life? It's another it's another to get you to agree to something that you know is not true, because if they can get you to just like the ball, if they can get you to believe something that all your senses tell you is a lie, they can fucking do anything they want to your brain from that point. And I feel like they keep getting more and more people along the way. Sorry,
As long
what?
as you think that everything is a lie, you're malleable, and you're gonna go in the direction they want.
Son
you're
of
not
a
really
bitch.
giving me an out here, bro.
Yeah, so I was
look,
gonna say, so what do you recommend for people to do in this in the current thing we're in? I think I already know the answer to this, but I
Mhm.
definitely
Yeah, me
want
too.
people to hear it. What do
Yeah.
you suggest people do
Yes.
in the times we're in right now?
dude, I think the first thing you should do is focus on yourself and your inner self and being good with God and yourself and looking in your own fucking mirror and knowing that, look, if the world were to end tomorrow, apocalypse or Armageddon, whatever the fuck, to know that, look, man, I did not only more than most, but what I could. Beyond that is beyond my control. And if my God, my creator, is going to hold me hostage or condemn me for doing everything I could with rationale, then he's an asshole too. And I don't give a fuck then. Well, I don't give a fuck. I'm doing what I think is right with genuine intentions. Beyond that is beyond my control, man. If our creator, I don't like saying that, but if the creator of this world is an asshole that's going to condemn me for doing that, well, then I'm gonna lose this hand, and I'm good losing with honor.
Yeah.
I'm not here to win with fucking faggotry. I'm okay with losing with honor.
Are we going to paradise?
Truth is, we don't know, but if paradise is filled with all these people that I think are repugnant, I don't want to fucking go there anyway.
As long as it doesn't look like the Olympics.
Like, I'm just being real, man. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that whole Olympic shit, man? What was up with that real quick? Fucking, there was
More of the
obvious
same, he's gonna tell
symbology
you.
there.
Yeah.
A bunch of stuff, man. I'm sure your sirens were going off everywhere.
I watched 0.2 minutes of
There
it.
you
And I was
go.
able to make
I mean, I
25
didn't watch
points.
shit either, but from the clips you saw, I mean, what did you think of that?
Nothing. It's just another day in the devil's world, bro. Nothing
Yes,
changed.
sir.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Just another day.
All right, let's talk real quick about Trump's Giny.
Dude, I'm on the beach in the middle of nowhere, and I have 2% power. I don't want to lose.
Yep, I know. We're about to wrap it up too.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap
So
it up.
real quick, how do we? How can you? If you could sum it up real
tell
quick,
her.
how is he a female, or how is she a male, or I don't know how to even where to start
You
with
don't even
that.
know how to word the question.
Yeah, I don't.
That's fucked up.
Look, if you want to talk about gender inversion, it takes a lot of context, historical facts, understandings of biology, and also of how they used to do these things back in the day and why. We'd have to talk about cults of Semiramis and Inanna and Babylon, and it's a long conversation. We can't do that in
Yes.
20 seconds.
No, I'm
No.
glad that
Probably
you
something we
summed
can
it up.
read.
That was really
Well,
all I wanted you to.
I would hope you'd come back one day because we got to touch on a lot of stuff. and I
Please
feel
come
like
back for
it's
part 2.
It's an awesome conversation because
Yeah,
again,
but Death better be there or I'm gonna kill him.
dude, when he said he wasn't gonna be there, he texted us in the group text and he's like, "I'm sorry." I was like, "You don't have to apologize to me. You need
It's
to
your loss."
apologize to Escanor. He's waiting
Yeah.
in the alley for you."
Now let's do this again. It'll be fun.
Yeah, it'll be excellent,
No,
dude.
it
Thank
will
you
be, man.
so much, man, for coming out
Cool.
here.
It's a long
And,
time coming.
Yeah,
I know,
it really
and
has
We got to
been.
do it again. You've been on a couple of the free for alls, but I'm glad we
Right.
got to actually
No.
focus on your thoughts. And I honestly hope a lot of people listen to this because, again, what you post on Twitter is the truth to your knowledge, and you say that, but you don't hate people who don't agree with you. And I feel like that's the shit you get sometimes. So I really hope people listen to this and see that you're just putting out truth, man. That's the only reason you're here, just like us. We might not always get it right, but we're always telling the truth. That's all.
What
I
more
can
do you
say.
want from me, man?
No,
Nothing.
Yeah,
I think that's
Nothing.
plenty, man. And this is where we
I
say
love you
death.
guys. You guys are cool, man. I appreciate what you do.
yeah, I love you. too,
Fade it
brother.
out. We appreciate you too, man. It's
Yeah.
awesome to see someone with truth and humor. Those are the
And
keys.
that energy too, man. That energy can't be beat.
No,
Yeah.
I can't. I'm trying to drop you out again, man. So yes, it was awesome. Thank you so much. We will bring you back if you're happy to come back someday.
Anytime, bro. Of course. Don't be crazy.
Yes.
Oh,
Safe
yeah.
travels,
Crazy,
man.
so we gotta
Safe
do
travels on that
volume
flat
2.
plane, brother.
Oh yeah,
Where I
send
can
us a
have
couple
my
more
face.
pictures from Greece.
Yeah.
Always be cool, motherfuckers.
All right.
You
Oh,
too,
we
bro.
will.
And don't you ever come after us, man. Just remember that we were retarded to begin with, all right?
We gave you a platform.
Bye, guys. Be cool.
All right, brother.
All right,
bro.
later, man.